So what do you know about this, Paul?
In excess of 20 inspections were carried out across County Cork last night, and they came about after members of the public became concerned and somewhat annoyed when they noticed a number of people slipping in the back door of a pub. Now, Garda, accompanied by health HSE officials, carried out these inspections, and at one pub in particular, they knocked on the door, they were given access. Once they went inside, they saw that there were pints of beer across the table or on the worktop, the countertop. Now, they carried out further inspections and they went to the back of this particular pub. They found 3 men hiding in the cold room, and that's where the kegs of beer are stored. So it was pretty cold in there. They asked the people what were they doing in there, and one of them replied that he was afraid of contracting COVID-19 and that he felt safer in there. Now, the HSE have told us that they're taking an extremely dim view of what occurred, and earlier this morning we spoke to the VFI. The chairman of that branch is Michael O'Donovan. He said he was extremely disappointed and annoyed that somebody would disobey the guidelines, and earlier this afternoon Health Minister Simon Harris gave his reaction.
I think it's so disrespectful to your fellow publicans, to your public, and to all our doctors and nurses if you decide to stay open. And yes, the Oireachtas has now passed emergency legislation. I'll only use that in consultation with the Chief Medical Officer. I've been very clear on that. But we won't be found wanting in that regard. But I need to balance this by saying, we have seen matches, concerts, parades, and so many other things called off, and people have done it in a spirit of collaboration, and that's how we should continue to do it.
Now, in a statement issued to Virgin Media News, the Gardaí say they would not be naming the pubs that were inspected, and they would not be identifying the pub where the people were found. They did, however, say that they will be continuing with inspections as long as the guidelines remain in place. They say that bar owners and all business owners and individuals have a duty. There's a duty of care, and everyone must adhere to the guidelines. Now, when the publican who was found breaching those guidelines last night comes before the courts, or any publican found to be breaching guidelines comes before the courts to renew their annual licence, they may find themselves in trouble, as Solicitor Daithí O'Donovan explains.
The Gardaí could lodge an objection, and they'd be objecting to the renewal of a publican's licence on the basis of the character of the publican themselves, and a person who had allowed a congregation of a lot of people on their premises in the current environment would certainly be good grounds to object to renewal of any publican's licence. The consequence of that is that they could potentially lose their licence and the premises would be shut forevermore.
Now, I'm here at Kennedy Quay, and just in the last couple of moments the Ellie Ethna has docked. This ship could, in the next couple of days, be used as a testing centre for people with signs of COVID-19. The HSE has asked the Naval Service to provide the vessel, and they also provided the Ellie Samuel Beckett, the WB Yates. She's docked in Galway. Right now, as I said, the crew have just arrived, and this could be transformed into a testing centre within the next couple of days here on Kennedy Quay.
Paul, thanks very much for that.